All right, all right. Good morning from Algo Alert Alliance. Today is Tuesday, February the 18th. Market ran up overnight. I think we hit all-time highs and, had a bit of a sell-off pre-market and a little bit during market open. Right before market open, start to crash down. But we found some support down here, start to bounce up. We got our first buy of the day, and I'm gonna walk you guys through how to get through this. I am streaming live right now. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, be sure to like the stream and subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you get notified every time we go live. We are going to stream one trade on Twitch and YouTube per day. Again, this is educational and not meant to be investment advice. Any trades that you take is purely at your own risk. If you are in the live Discord room, or if you want access to the trades we're doing throughout the day, beyond the one that we're doing on Twitch and YouTube, be sure to join the link in the bio. Join the Discord room. We'll be streaming any trades that we get from 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the goal is not to be here all day. We want to take high quality setups. We trade within a 3.5 hour time frame, kind of right after all the news and volatility has slowed down and the market just tends to pick a direction. We want to not be fighting against so many different things on a day-to-day basis. So just preliminary, looking at what we have, we just creeped over a lot of volume down here. You can see it's real thin, over 2,200. Ideally we can get a pullback, probably get an entry somewhere down here in these zones, and then look to, sell out over 22,200 and beyond, and we don't have another high volume marker until we get up here to about 22,245, 246 area. And if you zoom out, you can see that's kind of where we slowed down a little bit right after the market open. We're starting to build a little base down here. The point of control on the volume has dropped down here, so a lot of volume got traded in this area, which is really good for us. So, as we go to try to catch a pullback here, get an entry, we do know we have a lot of support and a lot of volume that built up after 7:30 that could potentially sustain us on a long. So what I'm looking forward to see here, a little pullback. We kind of have this all built into the system, the way we trade here. We're starting to get bullish on the smaller time frames. Waiting for a pullback here and our entry signals, and then I'll look to get long. I am trading. Small profit a day, it all adds up. So if if you're running 5 accounts and you end up making $200, that's $1,000 a day. Try to see it in that aspect. I'm not here to try to hit home runs. Usually when you swing big, you lose big. The goal is to build slow, consistent, steady profits. I think I'm green every day this month, into last month as well. So I think we're on like a 15-day streak here of green days. If you've been watching the streams on Twitch and YouTube, we are now 7 for 7 since we started streaming last Monday. Well, so yeah, 6 for 6 all of last week, Monday through Friday, and then we even pulled off a trade yesterday during President's Day. It was short-lived, not a lot of volume. All right, so the name of the game is patience here. Let's see what it can do. I'm not opposed to it breaking out, letting it go without us. Let us see that the buyers are here, and then getting a pullback. If it decides it wants to set up and give us an entry down here, I'll take it. If it decides it wants to take off and then pull back, I'll take that entry as well. Yeah, and if you guys are in the Discord and you want to talk, I kind of have the room muted so we can stay focused. But you can type in main chat, and I'm here. So if you got questions or anything like that, or if you are seeing anything, feel free to talk in there, and I'll do my best to try to respond. But right now, I am, locked in on trying to make sure we get a good entry here. AP, I see you. Alfonso, I see you in the live room. I see you. Tej, welcome. A little patience here, guys. Yeah, and I agree. You can't hear if you're on Twitch or YouTube, but inside the live trading room, another one of the moderators was saying that the goal here is that we're looking to try to get singles, doubles, triples. We're not necessarily looking for home runs. Sometimes we get those trades that do turn out to be home runs. I think last week I just kept taking the same setups, and then one of them we caught a nice 40, 50 point drop and ended up making $3,700 per account on that trade. But usually I'm coming in here to get 15, 20 points, making $400, $500, $600 per trade, per account, and then I'm moving on to the next trade. The goal, you want to limit your exposure. I'm not over trading. I used to do that a lot, I think, when I first started. Now I've really gotten it down to taking 2 to 3, 4 setups tops per day within this 3.5 hour time frame. I don't really trade the open too much anymore because of the news and the volatility. And now this 3.5 hour window has been, pretty much an awakening for me over the last year or so. Yeah, and if you're trading other strategies and things like that, this, we're not looking to replace what it is that you already do. See this as an addition to something that you may already do and have. But you may find this strategy to be one that you like because it requires minimal focus. We're not looking at the charts all day. We get alerted from when our algo kind of does what it does, and then we get in here and then we manually walk through these trades and try to find out our zones. A lot of what we do is based off support and resistance and volume analysis as well, so it's not just all indicator talk. Appreciate it. Thanks for liking the stream. I'm looking at potentially a 180 entry, maybe down to 170 here. If they decide they want to blow above 200, I'll let it go and then see where we settle up. But the more we go sideways, this is good. This is volume building up and slowly but surely walking this thing up. So let it go and be patient and do not chase. One of the things we preach in our room is to chase is a mistake. To chase is a mistake. You'll get in, get a high average on a buy, and now you can't suffer a pullback, and because you're oversized or you're in with a bad average, it's tough to sit through the swings and you get yourself out of a good trade. So do not chase. Do your best to try to control your thoughts and emotions while you're doing these things. I say this because I've come from that world where I want to jump in there. I want to be in that next trade. And you chase that at 205, you're now down 8 points. You got one NQ on, you're feeling that now and hoping it bounces. So we don't chase those breakouts. Let the trade come to you. Yeah, no, I agree. A couple of members here, and if you're on Twitch and YouTube watching inside of our Discord, a couple of members are saying that having a team keeps you from getting bored and over trading, which is completely true. Throughout the day we talk through here, and it just keeps me from pushing buttons. Every single day, our biggest enemy is FOMO, fear of missing out, greed, over trading. No trader is immune to that. It's all part of the game. But you want to beat that every single day to the best of your ability. See, and this is why we did not chase that 205 breakout. Now we're down 195. We may get a solid entry down here into the zone. We have a little volume sticking out around 180, 185 area, down here to 170, 75 area. And the way we trade is we scale, so I'm looking to scale into a zone here. I'm looking at two potential areas, this area here, this area here. So you want to, give yourself 2 to 3 bullets to get into a trade. I'm not going to go full size right away. Now we're pulling back, which is exactly what we want to see here. Still waiting. I have yet to meet my entry criteria. So give me a second. All right, I got one piece of it. Starting to get a pullback here. Pull back in now confirmed. Now I'm looking for a few entry dots that we go for, and it looks like it's going to start happening around this area, which is fine. We do have some support here, so ideally I'm looking around 187, 190 area. I'm going to start in here with a starter at 195. I put in as a limit order, so I'm waiting to get filled on the pullback to it. Not chasing that. I want to see this thing just come back to me for a little bit. Right here in this zone, and then I'll look to scale down here towards 180, 175. And then we'll look to hold for a break above 210 and then beyond. I'm not in yet. I have an order parked at 195 area. Trying to get in, trying to get filled here. Kind of missing this one. Give me a second. All right, I'm going to start in here on that slight pullback towards 98. And now I'm in around 98. I bought market. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to scale down here at 185, about 15, 20 points away. And then if this starter decides to take off and break over 210, that's fine. I'll trail it up. So I don't go full size on my first bullet. I give myself a little bit of room. I trade NQ. Usually my max size is around 3 to 4 NQ. I start in with 1 bullet, and then I usually add down in these areas and then place my stop below a logical area of support and resistance. If you haven't gotten in yet, maybe this is a good area to start taking a starter, somewhere around this 199, 198 area, but give yourself room to scale here. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. And then I'm gonna look to trail this thing up. Over 210, this could go. 220 area. And I'm okay with a pullback. I gave myself room to add. As they're stair stepping this up, you can kind of see that happening on the price action. And ideally, we want to get a surge of volume to come through here, break above this area, and then it's a little thin on the volume profile, not much traded over 210. Next target looks like 220, and then over there we have a real thin area where this market could probably skyrocket up and hit up to 240, 245 area here. A little patience. Most of our trades last anywhere from about 5 to 20 minutes. The most important thing is to manage your risk, guys. We're risk managers. Keep your sides in check. While our system has around an 75 to 85, 90% win rate, depending on certain months. 75 is usually, I think, around our lowest month. Nothing is 100%, so you want to give yourself room. You know, I don't go all in. I don't put my whole account at risk. And this is a better pullback here. So this is what I really want to start scaling into. See if we can hit this 185 area. And I have an order waiting down here at 184. All right, I'm filled at 184. And then I'll be looking at around like 174-ish, 70-ish for the next ad. Solid, nice bounce right here off the point of control. Let's see if we can get some more buying pressure to come in here and push this thing back above over 200. And then the goal over here is to really try to break above this 200 level, 205, 210 area. And then, you know, we have liftoff. And just try to give this thing a little time to work. I've not scaled my last ad on this pullback. I'm waiting right here around 170. And I just filled my last ad. And my stops are down here around 150, 52. Now what I'm looking for, see if we can kick in some more volume here around this point of control area. I'm hiding behind here with my stops down around 150, 52 area, just below this last marker here. If we can push up and start getting some more volume back towards 180, 185 area, I'll look at that as a valid pullback, and I'll start moving these stops up here towards this base where it bounced to mitigate some of the risk. My average is now 185 on my as I scaled into this pullback the way I wanted to. In retrospect, if I could do anything different, maybe wait a bit on my first bullet, but I still like the scale. We hit the areas that we talked about on the pullbacks, 184, 175, 185, 175 areas. In the higher time frames, the moving averages are a little bit negative, so I definitely want to see the buyers kick in here and start pushing this thing up. Not looking to get a lot out of this dip here, but definitely looking to scale in, get a good average, and then take this thing back up. And you can see it starting to work out down here around 175, point of control, start pushing. Then we really want to start putting some pressure around 185, 195 area, and then start looking to start taking some profits as we push back towards 200 and beyond. If you scaled into that, you probably have an average somewhere in the 180s as well too. And it's good to see the buyers kick in down there and push this up. So let's see if we can get some continuation. So we're hanging out here right around my average. I'm looking to see if we can get it back above 90, start putting some more pressure back on 200, and we're very thin over 200, and we could, could see a run up here. Great push. Now what I'm going to look to do is take off some size here and then roll my stops. I'm up about 15 points on this. We're starting pushing towards 200. I sold a third of my position size. And now I'm looking to roll these stops up. If you're watching on Twitch and Discord, but this will be the moment of truth here over 205. We'd really love to get that push, and then we can start trailing this into this thin area of volume as we push towards 220, 240 area. But you can see this is a pre-market area that rejected heavy. We're gonna need to push through that to start getting some more lift on this long. have your stops in at break even if you haven't already. Sell some, get paid for this move. You've been sitting here, take some profit, then roll your stops up and try to trail this thing. This is usually why I trade 3 bullets. I would usually take off 2/3 of my size into that first pop and then try to trail it and catch a runner on this. And that's how I manage greed. You know, I'm not going to catch everything at full size, but I will get paid for my time. AP with the news, we do have a 3-month bond auction coming up. 6-month bill auction coming up as well. And this is good. I want to see this consolidation just below this area here. You can see the volume is starting to build a little bit right here, 199, 200. If the buyers can kick in here and push this, we got a nice little run up. And here's the push over 205. Moment of truth here, guys. Make sure you're rolling your stops. Get paid for your time. That's a great 15-minute close. Very strong candle here. I have a profit stop at 190. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to jump back into the live trading room, and you know, I'll be doing most of my other call outs from there throughout the day. Really need to get this over 205. If not, I'll get profit stopped here, and I'm okay with that. Watching this area. Really want to get a lift here. All right, that's going to do it for me. I got profit stopped at 190 on this trade. If you're watching, and then what I'll do is, you know, I'll let the market do what it does. If this is the sell-off here, then this is the sell-off, and then I'll jump back in the live trading room inside of our Discord and walk through the last trade. Hopefully you were able to scale into that property properly, you know, and bank something on that. I tried to call out those areas beforehand. And this is why it's important to trail your stops up. We knew that we needed to break above 205, and they went back up there, put some more pressure on it, and they weren't able to do it. And then they immediately got rejected again. And that's not to say it won't break through it, but you know, we want to catch that pullback and then sell into that subsequent pop. If you're in the room here, let me put a was anyone able or I'm sending out a at everyone. Was anyone else able to grab some points on that trade? Let me know inside the main chat. Yes, great. Thank you guys. All right, Twitch and YouTube, if you guys are still watching, be sure to like the stream and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification so you get notified when we go live. If you like access to some more trades throughout the day, be sure to join the live trading room. I'm only doing one signal or one setup on Twitch and YouTube per day, but the rest will be given out into our trading Discord. Right now it is free to join, so feel free to click the link in the bio, join, and you get access to the other, you know, signals or setups that we get throughout the day. And hopefully you guys were able to bank on that one. I did my best to try to walk you through it as best as I can and help you protect your account and manage the risk. And the goal here was to try to get this over 205. We weren't able to do it, but we were able to get 15, 20 points out of that trade here and bank some profit. And we pretty much scaled into the high volume areas on that pullback and, got some reinforcements come through, and we did what we could.